Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. How's it going? Marshall here. We are live. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. Alert. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Building line ups for the game week ahead on Sorare. Join me here. Twitch.tv/NepentheZ. And then, hello everybody. On for 2 hours of lineup madness. Yeah, gotta start putting in the lineups, mates, haven't I? It's been a long morning. I sorted out my MFL stuff this morning, which was also quite a priority. How are we though, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shopping. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's me twice, 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 me twice. All right. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? NepentheZ here. Do we start with 10 spins? Why not? It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Just getting into Sorare for this season. Any beginner tips? Play in competitions that you know about. Maybe play for free first. ! Sorare to sign up and get £150 worth of market credits. My tips would be, honestly, it's just kind of about knowing what you're doing. Go and watch some content. There's some great creators out there making some great content. Yeah, get involved in the community. There's a couple of banging Discords out there that you can get involved in that will help you massively. Enjoying a J League live. Is a J League live on YouTube? Is it? Can you tell Matthews Bueno to do something, please? Please. 16-year-old with the first goal in the Yokohama game. It's actually. So he won't be on. He won't be on the game, right? Oh damn! Wait, I thought 16-year-olds weren't allowed cards. Does that mean? Oh no, it's you have to be 16, don't you? Damn, good for him. Have you seen drafts including footage yet? I haven't really looked today. No. He's back. Let's go. I've been back. I've been back. That means you haven't been here. Damn, dude. Where have you been? That's rude. That is rude. Right, we do need to kind of focus a little bit on in saison. What I'm going to focus on first is my rare classic. And we're going to do U23 if we've got it. Yamal got one at 16. He did, yeah. So did Dauman, I think, as well. Have you completed any SBC for 6 PM content today? Yeah. No, I haven't. Quick question. Don't want to sound silly, but I'm brand new to Sorare. And why do people bid on auctions when you can buy them cheaper on manager sales? You get a few bonuses for buying them on auctions. First of all, you can use market credits, which might make them actually cheaper. Second of all, you get a wheel spin if you're the person that wins the card or is the first loser of the card. Third of all, you get better collection score points for them. And fourth of all, they count towards most missions in collection missions. Well, they count towards all missions, actually, in collection missions, whereas manager sales only count towards one particular mission in collection missions. So there's just a few little bonuses there, nothing crazy. So I guess my question here is, Stuttgart against Hartberg. Do I want to keep Kudjakov for a lineup there, or do I want to put him in? I reckon we build a little under 23. Little bit of Sabe, a little bit of Gassiorowski. We got Schuders, Marco Canna, Robert Wagner, Oscar Glock. He's down at 70%, but is he going to start though? That's the question. Why can I sell cards right now that I bought with market credits? Why can't you? Isn't it a 30-day window for market credit sales, I think? I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me on that, but if it's been 14 days, it might have been like 13 days, 20 hours. You might just need to wait a little bit. Good about subs then. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because we can put, I'm going to put in Engels and I'm going to put in Glock, and then we'll use a midfielder. I'm going to put in Forbes, and then we're going to put in, damn, is Kathleen still under 23? That's crazy. Let's put in Alarcon, and let's put the sub as a midfielder. Let's put it as this Schroeder's guy. And do I want a goalkeeper sub? No. Kudrikov is going to play. And we're going to captain Forbes. Of course we are. Decided to go SPFL, assuming now is the wrong time to buy, considering games are tomorrow. You'll just have to kind of monitor the prices of like where they are and where they were, really. Thanks, babe. And just kind of make a judgment call for your own self of, you know, are they so inflated that you feel stupid getting involved at that price point? Or are they actually in a reasonable spot where you don't mind getting involved at that space? Glock is a small risk. It totally depends if Brandt will start and who will get taken out of the squad. Yep, that's why I've got the sub in there, though. That's all right. How much XP have I got? Enough for a cheeky little Gaziorowski. A little bit of there. Anyone that's like under 1,000, I don't mind whacking up. And then we need to go to All-Star. And we need to put expectations to start at 80%. Now, again, do I want to put Diogo Costa? Do I want to save Diogo Costa for streaks? Because even though I'll have limited versions as well, depending on what streak I'm on, I'm going to kind of want him, aren't I? I think trying to use as many players who have got not great matchups. Struggling to work out what level of card you in at U23 Rare Classic. Have you seen the reward pools? What are the reward pools? But then what would you have me do with these cards? What are the reward pools? A card for the top 5. Essence from top 50. 1,000 essence from top 50. Yeah, do you know what? Looking at that, you're not totally wrong, to be fair. I probably would be better off putting 2 classic arena lineups in with teams like that, wouldn't I? Than putting in an under 23 lineup. Because unless that team absolutely rips and I finish kind of top 15, I'm not getting anything more than I would get out of classic arena. 5% bonus for a rare card, not really worth it. Damn, I think 5% is fine. Love the content Nep, gone all in with the Middlesbrough stack, rare and limited. Hell yeah, dude. You've seen Jan Virgil was going to Bruges to replace Solis. Oh, nice. I don't know who that is, but nice. What's up, Surge Pal? I'm putting lots of DMP teams with one player in in-season arenas. Have some more prizes and entries. Yeah, I might be doing some of that as well. Well, I've got I might just about have enough players to cover it off. I actually really do take on board the fact that the prize pools for under 23 classic rare is that bad that I'm probably better off putting those teams in either All-Star or saving them for streaks or putting them in classic arena. Do you think Middlesbrough will get any rewards? It's impossible to answer a question like that, I'm afraid, my man. It's impossible. In the pro lineups, I don't seem to be able to put in the cards I bought for 26, 27 in La Liga. Is that a delay? Well, La Liga's not doesn't start for another like 2 weeks. Right, so let's have a look then at this. Do I want to? What's the prize pool actually for classic? Yeah, I mean it's a icon for first, a star for top 5, 1,000 essence for 150 and above. But again, looking at this, right, 1500th gets essence. There's already 8,500 entrants. Now there's going to be a lot of Garbo players there. Or Garbo lineup, should I say, where, you know, they've got DMPs and just like not the best setups and stuff. But yeah, I might put one lineup in All-Star. Have you seen that Napoli are interested in signing Gabriel Jesus? Are they? That's pretty cool. I haven't even looked at Premier League players or prices yet. See, I want to kind of put in players in All-Star for like MLS because they will be the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do MLS Rare first, aren't I? Oh, MLS doesn't have any games now, though, does it? Dallas against Chicago. Wait, what? Is that Leagues Cup? New England. Wait, is the MLS back again already? I thought they had Leagues Cup now for a while. MLS is only one game. Oh, New England against Houston. So why is Chicago against Dallas there? Or is that like Chivas or something? So these are the only MLS... Okay, so the MLS players I can put into here freely. Even if it's the... Yeah. What do I have on? So there's no MLS. Oh, there is an MLS in-season. Can I get an in-season lineup in? And then again, is it going to be worth it? And the answer is no. And so therefore the answer is no. So I might as well use those Donny boys in here. Nice goalkeeper cross. Yeah, we got a little bit lucky in a few of them. So we've got Sirois or Turner. We'll pop in a bit of Turner. Amundsen. Can it not just like remember the fact that I've asked MLS to be here? Okay, so I only have one MLS defender. We will put in a Carlos Hill. Look at all those blues, baby. I like it. I like it a lot. We get Bogus, De La Torre. There are classic MLS arenas as well, if that interests you. Well, they're not actually MLS players, though. That's the problem. Because it's Leagues Cup, I won't be able to put them in the classic MLS arenas. I just don't even feel like I want to be putting in this lineup. Like, do I just do one good lineup and just deal with it? Just one best shot of like, okay, how... In fact, Carlos Hill will go in, mind you. But do we do like a... Like a what? I don't have a whole bunch of goalkeepers available, to be fair. Nep, I'm sure your strat is an incredible amount of work, but I've really enjoyed your morning streams whilst getting the workday started. Hell yeah, Philly Dilly. What's up, Apple Pal? How you doing, man? Looking at the goalkeeper options here, I guess I just have to make a conscious decision. Do I play? I was happy to put Kodjikov in the other one. Okay, good. I have a lot of Jakob Kiviors, so I'm absolutely fine putting a Jakob Kivior in All-Star. Yo, Motor Days, thanks for the 15 stream streak, brother. What's up, Trading Methods? How you doing, man? Mauro Jr. only have one of. Kieran Tierney could pop in another little one of those bad boys. Bad boy. Got a couple of one at Zex, but not overly keen on him. Jorginho, definitely not overly keen on. I knew I should have put Romulo in that other lineup. What's up, Blueberry? How you doing, man? We've got Azugarai, not interested in. Okay, so looking up here, I think NepentheZ's going to be the guy. I think Texiera's got a good matchup as well. I think I'll put NepentheZ in there. I think I will put one of these Forbes cards in as well because they've got brilliant matchup. And then we'll put in Mr. Marvin. Starving Marvin, as I like to call him. And we're going to captain KT Baby. As a sub, I'm going to put in Romulo. Because I've got 3 midfielders. So having a midfield sub means I've got 3 opportunities of getting it right versus 3 opportunities of getting it wrong. Right, wrong, right. We've got a bit of Wilson Manafar. Daily Blind. God damn. Got some good... some good options here. We're going to put Romulo in as a sub. Jesus. And then we're going to put Sirius in as a sub. Sirius. And we're going to captain Carlos. What's up, Vipalization? What's up, Paulie? How are you doing, guys? Now, this is all classic. So is there classic... Oh, no, this is Cap 260. But this is anytime entry. So we're all kind of Gucci there, right? So for classic lineups, we've got an all-star lineup built. We're not doing U23. Everything else is anytime entry. We're good. For limited, we're going to offer the same sort of services. I've got a lot more limited goalkeeper errors. The prize pools also quite poor, but I have so many excess limited players that so long as I'm using classic cards, I don't mind. So like Ipolo in here. Gasierowski in there. Pretty sure mid-sub isn't optimal at all. You have 3 mids and only need 2 for a valid lineup. The mid can get switched with defense attack, but if a defender DMPs, it can get subbed in as 4 mids. Yeah, but if I put in a defender or a forward, because I've got 3 mids already, the mid can't move to defense or forwards. So if I put in a defender or a forward and the mid DMPs, I can't replace the mid. Prem is going to cost you. I thought it was going to be free. Why have they decided to make it something that I have to pay for all of a sudden? Quack, man. Do we go for Engels? I feel like Engels wasn't very good. Optimal is it 4 of either defense or mid, which is stupid, really. The extra replaces the mid. No. If I put a defender in and a midfielder DMPs. Oh yeah, I suppose because that midfielder goes out, the other midfielder comes down, and then the defender goes in. Yeah, that's right. That is right. I'll go back and have another little look at that in a moment. I can't tell. Is this year's or? Oh, it says okay. Good. They've got the 27s and classics on them. I just want some classic Donnies. I just want to be able to select classic. You know? I'm going to go for Engels. I'm going to go for Van der Peer. Going to go for a Forbes here as well because I've got loads of them. Including a rare that I might put into... And then I do actually want another mid here, really, don't I? because then you can take more of an advantage of the sub situation. And that's what I think the guy was saying before. You want either 3 mids, like 3 mids or 3 defenders, to be able to take advantage of it. I get it. We'll put in Quackman. And then as a sub, we want a defender, probably. Because that way, if a defender DMPs, he's covered. If a midfielder DMPs, they're all covered. It's only Forbes that you can't fix. So, it's a defender for the sub, which will be Jalen Mitchell and Ingolasso. We'll put in Van der Heuvel. Do you reckon you got all lineups done in 2 hours? Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, mate. Samir and goalkeeper going for ludicrous prices right now. Is that right? How does the sub work? Is it automatic if you get a DMP? Yes, it will be automatic. You know how these cards have faces? Will the Prem cards look like that instead of faceless cards eventually? Yes, they will indeed. All right, similarly, one line up here. See, now I've got 3 Diogo Costas. They don't play until Sunday at 6, but that could be good depending on what stage streak I'm on. I could play like 2 Porto stacks that are different 5s and then a split stack depending on other lineups. So I have no interest in playing Diogo Costa in that game, in this lineup. Kakubo I don't mind putting in because I've got a couple of him and I've got his in-season. So I'll put a little Kokobo in there. He's playing against the newly promoted team as well. Do you know whether the players from collection missions are from the same league or not? Got Portugal close to completion. For me, they have been from the same league, but other people said that they haven't. I would do what I'm doing, Mr. Suarez, just on a smaller scale, ultimately. Let's put a Mauro Jr. in there. I like Schultz as far as a scorer goes, but I've got so much like... Where's my limited McAllister? From 20... Oh, wait, is that the 26 version? No, surely not. Oh, we'll put in another Jakob Kivior. Hello, Josh Excels. Crafted Hugh Gill this morning. Mate, he popped up in a load of the crafts that I saw. We'll pop a little Carlos Hugh in here. I don't mind doing a bit of a Warvin Manetzek either. Juan Brunetta is absolutely flying right now, so he can go in. And then the sub, so we've got 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 1 forward. So we kind of want the extra to be, again, either a defender or a midfielder. And then the sub to be the alternative. Bum, 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 bum. Not going to use Vanaken. Don't mind using Devlin, who's now a Rangers player. Of course. Yeah, I don't mind using Devlin. And so since we've got 3 mids, we want a defender as the sub and a goalkeeper substitute. Let's put Rodriguez in there. And let's put a camera card Vickers as a defender, as a sub. That's banging in it. That's banging. That lineup's going to win. Have sent this game week fixture comp if you need help with it later. Had to reset my credits. Oh, really? I think I'm not going to do too much classic. Looking at the prize pools, they're not great. So we don't want Romulo. We want another defender. Tierney, Kivior. Bernau could be quite good. Michele, I think I'll save. Blind could be quite good. Wilson Manafar can be quite good. Let's go. A bit of Big Willie. It's mainly to decide what fixtures from in-seasons you want to play leaderboards with. Oh, is it actually? Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. Oh, I don't know if I could do that stuff now on stream. This is the the fixture compiler. So I've downloaded the fixture compiler. Unzip, open terminal, and open to unzipped folder. Hold on. Ba, 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 ba. Open terminal and go to the unzipped folder. Hold on. Don't be scared. Lots of errors, Josh. Lots of errors on that one. So you got ripped solid cross yesterday? I got a couple of decent ones, yeah. Daily challenges will start again with the big leagues, right? I don't actually know, to be honest, mate. Maybe we'll get them today. Picked up my first Sorare 27 players last night, Baena and Llorente. Nice. Did you see Nep Rogers and Palmer's are both mids this year? Not many smasher prem forwards this year now. Well, you don't. Well, yeah, I did see that they are both mids, but that doesn't mean there's not many prem forwards that are going to smash this year, right? You can't tell. We can't know what's to come. Who knows if Zolis is going to start absolutely ripping hundreds on hundreds on hundreds, and then we say things like "whoop whoop." It's the sound of the Zolis. Anyway, we're going to start with damn, man. I need this thing from Josh, I think. Saka's just over 100 quid now. That's decent, isn't it? Yeah, that is actually, yeah. Yeah, what one of the guys in the chat earlier was like, Prem's gonna cost a bit or something like that. As I thought, if how much are the most expensive players? I don't know. I'll see if I could just put it online. Yeah, that'd be nice, Josh. Yeah, yeah, because I want to kind of do with the lineups again. It's like, who's the first Liga NOS game? Because I think that was one that I can put a big bad boy lineup in here on. Who's the Friday game? Oh, we've got Braga now. I need to go and buy Braga too. Prices coming down in Prem. Bought a few. Estoril against Sporting, Saturday 8:30. Friday, it's Famalicão. So this is the... Aren't Famalicão like supposed to be heavy favourites? But they're only 38%. Famil. We'll pop the Famalicão goalkeeper. Estoril ain't bad. Okay. That's good then, because that then means I can kind of utilize both squads to try and get through that first streak. So who's the best Famalicão defender? Pinheiro, Van Bremen, or Real P? Or Bondo? Pinheiro, okay. And who's the best Famalicão midfielder, Amorim, since he's the only one that looks like he's guaranteed to start. And then who is the best Famalicão forward? Gil Diaz is quite good, isn't he? You can do subs in streaks? No, not in streaks. You don't need to do subs in streaks because you can guarantee starters with any time entry. What are we saying? Pedro Santos. I think I'll go for like Pedro Santos and Gil Diaz. Soriso. Don't be Soriso. And then the sub will pop as... Yeah, see, that's the problem with two forwards as well, isn't it? I need to put the sub as either a defender or a midfielder now to be able to take advantage of anything. Kustisas. No. Oh, he's got double game week. How about that? Is it a 5-man? In a 5-man, it's different, no? In a 5-man, it's just about trying to, like, you know, if I put a defender sub in, I can only replace a forward or a defender. If I put a midfield sub in, I can only replace a midfielder or a forward. And if I put a forward sub in, I can only replace a forward. Can you get rewards from the free-to-play aspect of this using Pro version? You can, not until 1 month from today, though. No, you can't, Alex, no. Once a player's been used, you can't cancel them and reclaim them for that week. So I kind of want a midfielder or a defender. Let's go for a defender. Let's go for some real P, okay? And we'll captain Amorim. We'll confirm that lineup. We'll put a little bit of XP boost on these bad boys where possible. Still don't have 5% collection bonus on these guys. Can you imagine that? For your information, St. Pauli goalkeeper is 0L10. I just built the most cracked arena cap 220 team. Nice. All right, so for another team, let's get the Fotmobage. So fast score. Liga Portugal. So we've got tomorrow Marítimo against Casapia. Is that a streak? Team Vitória against Arouca. When do Braga play? Braga don't play until the 9th, so I can get some Braga players hopefully over the weekend. Estoril is a good team and plays good football. Yeah, I will use those in streaks. Yeah, let's not get offended because I did use a team and didn't use a team. Not saying that you did get offended, but I did see a couple of messages already that kind of made me think like, we're gonna go through this again. I don't want to use Benfica, nor Porto, nor Sporting in streaks because I think that they're going to be too valuable. Sorry, in leaderboards because I think they're going to be too valuable in streaks. So Marítimo against Casapia, I can put a stack in here. Who's the likely victor of that game? It's about 50-50. What's up, Lemon? How you doing, man? So if we go for Casapia, in here, can we put in lineups in Arena and still cancel them in the game week if we need them in Pro? No. No, once you put a lineup in, you are done. Those players are done. You can't cancel them and reuse them at all. Which I do quite like, actually. There's more than enough, like, leeway now to guarantee yourself start with anytime entry. And there's more than enough, like you know, things to combat issues with subs and such. So Casapia, we're going to go for Salza. Salza. We're going to go for, well, this is interesting. Ofori, we're going to have to get a sub midfielder, aren't we? Rocinha. Do I use here like a classic Jakob Kivior? Because we've got room for a classic, haven't we? So yes, we do use a classic Jakob Kivior. Cancelled Rangers lineup in Arena before kickoff on Friday night. Then use Asgard in my pro lineup. Yeah, because the lineup hadn't started, right? Or hadn't locked. So basically, if you use anytime entry, once a lineup's kicked off effectively and locked, it's done. So obviously at 3 o'clock today, when all these lineups lock, you can't cancel those players. But if you can still edit the lineup, effectively those players haven't locked or played yet. So Maritimo is a promoted team. Casapia is piss poor, 50-50 game. That's exactly what we want as well. It's exactly what we're looking for. So we'll do a Casapia midfielder. Prieto's 40%. Sebastian Perez is at 60%. There we go. And we're going to captain Kivior. Right, so the next game is Vitoria against Arauca. Is that a good one for streaking? It kind of is, because Vitoria are the stronger team, right? You're backing Vitoria for that third streak? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the same. Or possibly the second streak, because, you know, Maritimo might not send us there, which means it's going to be an Aruca, because then we've got Sporting, Porto, Benfica, and then Gil Vicente, Moreirense. So yeah, it's going to be an Aruca lineup here. Oh, are they the team that only just joined? They are, aren't they? So I don't have any Aruca players. So I could either put Estrella, Alverca, or Academico Visiu. What about Gil Vicente? No Aruca cards minted. They declined to be on Sorare. Did they actually? So Gil Vicente. Oh, they're no. Gil Vicente are an all right one to stack in here, actually, aren't they? Because they play at the same time as Benfica. So I can use some of their players for streaks to mix in with some of the Benfica players to not have a full stack, and then also have a full stack. But Gil Vicente into the leaderboards. You loving the pronunciation? I know what you're thinking. He's cultured. You are thinking this man right here knows exactly what he's doing. Do they not have a secondary goalkeeper? Or have I just not got him yet? SJO, my JO. We go with this Donny boy. Santi Garcia, Andreas Lawson. Who's their better midfielder? Lukau is safe. Okay, good. I will put another backup goalkeeper in there though. Santi. And then for the forwards, we've got Murillo. He looks like a good scorer actually, doesn't he? Have they got like a new signing that's a banger or something that I should be putting in? Larson and Murillo meant to be boss for them. Where's Larson? This guy here, so he's the new guy. Okay, good. So we've got two mids, so I need a defender or a forward as a sub. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my trusty Jakob Kivior. And then in goal, oh, I can't put a classic goalkeeper in, can I? Need it to be an in-season backup goalkeeper. So if we use... Who's this guy? for Nacional against Santa Clara. Why is he still in season, even though he's revealed? Is he a new transfer? Classic maybe as extra. Yeah, I could put the classic as extra, but I kind of feel like I want this guy in there as well. From PSG on loan. Nice. So he'll be my backup goalkeeper then. I'd be happy with that. Whatever, if this guy's going to start, doesn't matter. I don't mind just having a Jakob Kivior, because then he'll replace either SJO, Lawson, or Santi Garcia if one of them DMPs. But I wouldn't mind playing the whole stack. On these ones, sometimes we don't hold back. Oh, you entered one card as a sub without a season bonus. I know. Oh, so I'm going to have to play Kivior as here if I want a sub, and I do want a sub. So I will have to play Kivior. Let's go Jakob Kivior. Let's use this one. Oh, wait, he's still in season. Oh, I could just use the Arsenal version that is still in season. Okay. It's even got like an even bigger percentage. That's banging, isn't it? When should I craft players with Essence? When I have 100% All-Star? I would wait until after Tuesday. Or on Tuesday, basically. Did you manage to ask anyone at Sorare about the collection issues? I have asked the question, and I'm just waiting waiting for a response. Not going to waste XP on Kivior there. Once I kind of like learn what the deal is. Oh, I did all of those already. It's these guys, isn't it? Do I have to do that thing where I actually like go into the thing now though to make it work, or is it because it's surely start in season Kivior? Otherwise, it's a waste of an in season. I already have in season Kivior either way. Like I have an in season Kivior. For example, Pep Chavaria left Rayo. He will be minted still. What about that type of collection? Can it be completed yet? For example, in 2 weeks? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm in the same boat as you. What comes to Craft Tuesday? Eredivisie, Liga Portugal. They actually changed the crafting screen a little bit. You can see now. So, yeah, these ones are available. We'll be getting on Tuesday Eredivisie, J-League, Premier League, Liga BK2, Jupiler Pro League, and Bundesliga 2. What we won't be getting is English League, La Liga, and English Second Division. That'll be the following week. Okay, check chord. Okay, try that. Try and somewhat hide the URL. No problemo. Oh, crap. The will be gone by then. By when? The will won't be gone by next Tuesday. They won't have even released all the cards yet. The Champ and Prem. Yeah, it'll be gone for when those cards get put into the mix, yeah. Right, so... The fixture radar. Eredivisie, J-League, Liga Portugal. What am I actually reading here, Josh? One solo, 4 projected points. I've hit my first streak for MLS, but I have full stack of New England. The other club is the only game. Would I try of wait? I would wait, yeah. Unless you're super confident in that New England stack, I would wait. So it's the fixtures list. Yeah, I can see the fixtures, the time, and then it's got 1 solo, 1 solo, 1 solo, 3 overlap, 3 stack. And then it's got some green and red for projected points. The solo is how much overlap there is. So Gil Vicente, Moreirense, and Benfica, 3 overlap. Aren't they on separate days, though? Sunday at 6 p.m. for Porto. Saturday at 8:30 for Sporting. And Sunday at 8:30 for Benfica. Yeah, they're on different days. Solo means there's no other fixtures that could intercept it. Oh, that is Sporting. Oh, that's a different Sporting at 8:30. So Gil Vicente, and then it's, yeah, Moreirense. Okay, what is this rubbish? Brother, just don't click on the screen, on the stream. Then you don't have to worry about it, do you? Okay, so for the overlaps, they're the ones that I want to look at. Okay, which teams do I want to play as stacks in here? Did we do Moreirense? Okay, so they got Braga. I don't have any Braga cards yet, but if I did get Braga cards anyway, that would be for a streak. And then the Monday game, Santa Clara, I wouldn't be using them for a streak anyway, unless I'm back down to 1 or 2, which means we can use Santa Clara. Ooh, do we use Nacional here? And actually save Santa Clara, because 1 streak, 2 streak with that sort of expectation of wins could be quite good. Death, taxes, and losers coming into hate watch. I will just never in my life understand why somebody would see something that they haven't got a clue on, and then, like, you have 2 choices at that point. You have the choice of, this doesn't look like it interests me, I'm not even going to click on this stream, let me carry on with my day. Or you have the choice of, I wonder what this is, let me go and find out. When you come in and it's, what is this rubbish? Rather than like, hey, Nep, I've not seen this before. What is it you're doing? Such an easier way to ask the question. So we're going to do Funchal as a 4th stack. I don't have any, is it Nacional instead? Oh, do they not have any cards? So if I do want to put another lineup in, it's going to have to be Santa Clara. Okay. No thanks. I can't stand rude people like yourself. Are you out of your mind? You came in here being rude, and you're still here. You're still here. Just go away, pal. Put a 1 in the chat if no one gives a shit about that guy. Oh damn. Oh damn, he's getting cooked. He's getting cooked. He's getting cooked. We're gonna go for some Sydney Lima. Lima Barcelona, you know what I'm saying? Isn't Ribeiro a decent player? Why do I recognise his name? 38 and vended by your mind. He's just a weird Donny. Weird Donny. I like the. I'm gonna have to put a midfielder in as the substituta. Vinicius Lopez, and then here we're gonna put in like a. Oh, do you know what? I know I've put a lot of stock into him so far today, but I might just go for a Jakob Kivior. just one more. That's all I'm saying. Just one more. Do I use the in-season one? The in-season rare? No, because I can use that in-season rare. Oh, yeah. We do that. And then we put a midfield back up in here. Like that. And that's what we do. And I'm going to captain Kivior. If Kivior hits 100, you're laughing. Yeah, it should be a good week if Kivior hits 100. And then we're going to... Which one was that one? That was this one. Yeah, we level up. I'm gonna find it. Okay, so time isn't of the essence right now, by the way, guys. I did see somebody in the chat be like, oh, Nep, you got to hurry up. I kind of don't. And the reason why I don't is because I've already done the All-Star and Under-23 lineups. Like these ones here don't 5 hours before this. So rest all your crafting video and move the essence button down to not annoy you. The essence button. City have just rejected 45 million for Rodri. Wonder how much they want. 45 million is insane. Check crafting. Oh, the one that they put there. What was wrong with it up there? What did I say that record? Like I knew it was down here now. But what did I say that I didn't like about the button? It was getting blocked by your notifications. Oh, yeah, it was, yeah. That is true. That is well true, innit? Right, that, guys, is La Liga. Sorry, Liga Portugal done. We've got 4 lineups. Some of them are quite nice, some of them whatever. Now we move on to what is the next? What is the one that expires first? 2 hours. Oh, contender. So let's go and do our contender lineups. Oh, this is going to be difficult, isn't it? When it comes to contender, I kind of need to actually... So I've put this lineup in. When it says projected, Josh, projected 22 points, 24 points, projected 73 points, etc., what does that actually mean? Maybe shout out some other UI preferences. By chance they changed it today. Yeah. So I took the preseason odds. And projected the points based off of that. Oh, as in like projected total league points, as if so then I can kind of make an understanding of which team is the favourites. Yeah, okay, perfect. So because like right now for this contender, it's like Heidenheim. Didn't I already put Heidenheim goalkeeper in? No, didn't I? Yeah, 2 Heidenheim, 1 Karlsruhe, and 2 Magdeburg. If I was to save another life, if this failed, this is where it gets difficult because there's... Can we not see the game list here? Yeah, so we've got tonight, Altac against Wattens. That's going to have to be built into the... Like, I can't use that for streaks. Bochum I can't use for streaks. None of the rest of these I can use for streaks. Tomorrow, Liga de Quito, baby. We've got Magdeburg players in, Karlsruhe player in, and we've got the Heidenheim player in. After that, for you and chat, be a little careful with Timon Wiener, goalkeeper from Kiel. Coach said in press conference it's 50-50. If he or Leo starts in goal, on Sorare he has 90%. Interesting. So if that one fails there, what's the genuine next best matchup or options for me? I think it's so difficult, isn't it? It's not going to be Rudez against Osijek. Sturm Graz against Hartberg. It's a decent matchup, but to try and get through that, I don't think so. Wolfsburg against Kaiserslautern is going to be the match, isn't it? That's going to be the next team. So basically everything before Wolfsburg against Kaiserslautern can go into leaderboards. I thought we could only enter 1 lineup, so it'll be better to do 2 or 3 mid-teams lineups and just 1 superstar lineup. No, you can enter 4 lineups. Wolfsburg all in Saturday night. Reese Glatzel, wild goalkeeper if he starts Demar. Yeah, so if I'm going to go Wolfsburg for either, if that first lineup fails, there. If not, Wolfsburg will be there. So then the next match for me, so that's 7:30. Now, if this hits, we can put Wolfsburg and other lineups in here. If this fails, it's just going to be Wolfsburg. So for the French league, maybe I'll put some of those French teams in because none of them have got hyper favourable matchups. Still no hyper favourable matchups there. And then it goes to, okay, so then it will be going to the next day where we'll be looking at Nuremberg not interested, St. Pauli not interested, Hanover not interested. Salzburg not interested, Rapid Wien not interested. Austria Vienna against Lask not interested. Hajduk might be the next. Zielinski confirmed to start for Wolfsburg. For my streaks at stage 4, I have Altach against Tirol, Sturm Graz, Wolfsburg and St. Pauli. Yeah, see, I think Altach I'm going to put in leaderboards. Same as Graz. I think Graz I'm going to put in leaderboards. What's up, Rick David? How you doing, man? Because Hajduk could be a good spot here. And then there's nothing else for that day. And then the 10th. There's nothing crazy there either. So Hajduk would be pretty much the last good shot for the weekend. Yeah, I don't mind that. So yeah, I think for me, Altach in leaderboards. It's going to be weird. It's going to be what I have to do. But yeah, Altach in leaderboards. Bochum and Hertha is going to have to be like. Anyway, let's go to the leaderboards because I'll be able to do it with my brain turned on now, knowing what games I'm saving for streaks and what games I'm using in leaderboards. So for contender in season. Kudjukov goes in goal. So Sturm is definitely going to be a team that we throw into the leaderboard. And we can put a classic, a smasher in here as well. So we've got Jalen Mitchell, Valchi. Got a different in-season Jalen Mitchell because I've got his last card. This would be his last game as an in-season, wouldn't it? But let's put in Jalen Mitchell. How many lives are you on that level? I got two to go. Hertha has financial problems, only got one new player, but lost all key players. So you think it's possible that Bochum do well? Maybe we'll put Bochum in the streaks again. Sorry, in the leaderboard. What's up, Aiden? How you doing, man? So Siedel's going to be... Is it... Oh, Stankovic is a good midfielder, isn't he? Do we use Stankovic? A Sturm expected to rotate for European football. Everyone in German media projects Hertha like 11th to 15th place. Do you think Prem prices will go lower? They seem really cheap now. I don't know, because once they hit that point where they look really cheap, people start bidding on them more and they fly back up. Do we just want to stack in contender as well, or do I want to put like, a couple from this team, a couple from that team? Like, is La Liga cheap also as well then? So who's expected? Damn, you don't even know who's going to start for these guys. Let me just use a classic striker then, a classic attacker. Davidson doesn't have a great matchup. The Liga seems good value at the moment. Contender has so many smashers, I would mix them together. Sturm is 2-0 down against Fenner. They might rotate, but I don't know. So maybe I'll put like Hoffman in here then, and put like a couple of Bochum players in with these Stuttgart players. Refresh the fixture page. Yeah, that's easier to see the fixtures. CD Jatta will start. See the striker. Then we've got Reese, Jesse Benet, Attic, Wanitzek, Gilbert. Not interested in Gilbert. I want, like, there's not a lot of, like, wild matchups. Do you know what I mean? Kevin Bomber. Kevin Pedro. Yamal is £280 down from 350 a few days ago. Mbappe's like 240 down from 350. The timing of the Scottish games is bananas. Yeah, because isn't it 2 hours or 2 hours and 15 minutes between them? So like you've got to really pray to get the like game done and in and out. If you want a double streaks in SPFL now, you have to have a double level cleared a few weeks due to kickoff times. Not even that. I think I want a Sturm set up. And I want to put in like one of these, you know, like a Fabian Reese. Because I've got his rare for the Wolfsburg stack. So I'll put Reese in there. Sunday kickoffs at 1:30, 3 and 4. Oh, Jesus. So there's basically like one, like you might get the 1:30 onto the 4, but the 1:30 is either going to have to be paired with the 3 or the 3 is going to have to be paired with the 4. Yeah, it's painful. The goalkeeper sub will be, is it this guy? Yeah, it's this guy. And then the sub, I'll just put like a random in here actually. So I've got 2 forwards, so I need a midfielder as a sub or a defender as a sub. And they've got to be 26, 27. Maybe I'll put the Sturm player in there anyway, just like that. And we do it just like that. Right, there's our first lineup for Contender. Contender's going to be a pain. I can feel it. Because there's so many leagues and there's so much overlap, if I have a bad time on the streak unexpectedly, and all of a sudden I'm like, damn, I'd love these Sturm guys back because, you know, I want to take advantage of them. Mitchell might be rotated, but who knows? The last 3 lineups were chopped and changed. Yeah, that's okay. I have a defender on the bench anyway. So I want to do Altac here, I think. I think just for this week, whilst we get, at least for now, let me build all the lineups and I'll do stacks. And then if there's players left after I've kind of built all of the stacks in, if there's players where I'm like, oh, damn, we can certainly put them into a lineup, we can then start looking at a better lineup to put somebody into. Bahre Dimaku. And then we got Masombo, Grill, and then Diawara. Are there any Forest fans in here? I'm sure there would be, yeah. Is he reading YouTube or Twitch chat? Both. Maybe take out the Sturm striker since he could be a late sub risk. The defender is guaranteed to start and play Reese as the forward. could do that. And then as a sub here again, what have we got? We got double defender. So we need a midfielder or a forward sub. And again, it's going to have to be in season. And I want it, the expectations to start to be about 80. This guy looks quite interesting. He scored some goals. He could score some more. Are you buying all the Premier League players? I will be. I will be. I don't think it matters, right? Because if he doesn't play, he gets moved into there, then he gets moved up into there. So either way, if Jatta doesn't play, then this guy will be the guy. Even hole? Yeah, even hole. All of the players means all of the players. So then the next team. So Hajduk, I want to keep. Where's contender? Contender ready. What was the other? Who was the? I can't even remember what the other team was that I wanted to. What did you guys say? Bochum, was it? Bochum to smash Hertha Berlin. Do I think Arsenal are going to win the league again? I hope so. I hope so. So Wittek. We like Wittek, don't we? Isn't Wittek their set piece taker? At least he was last season. And then we've got Miyoshi, Taz. Who's their best midfielder, guys? For the German experts in here. Hunter, I've taken a similar approach to you for hot streaks this year in Belgium. I currently have 10 teams stacked with some subs. Don't have the promoted or the big two sides waiting for price. Nice. Taz 100%. Burkan Taz. Okay, so he goes in. And he's likely to be my captain too, yeah? Then the striker, Hoffman. And then we'll do a classic. Let's get some 80% starters. I don't want to use Attic because he is likely to actually go into the streaks for me. When are the stream watch-alongs coming? Yeah, like here. They're here, mate. They're here. Oh, for the template, we're having some hiccups there. So isn't Brium somebody who's expected to be really good? Could I use him, even though he's not classic? Is he a good player to put in there? If the subsystem subs in a player with a high L10, you lose a cap bonus. If you get a sub in, you lose the bonuses flat out, regardless. I think Jakob Brium could be in there. Brium was class for go-ahead last year. Yeah, he could be a fun one to put in there. And then as a sub, we would need an in-season player. Horvath. I've almost got so much quality that I can afford for the sub to be a player that's just going to be brilliant. Like Hergota, for example, for St. Pauli, he could be banging. And it like there's that one hand where it's like, but is that a waste from just having him? You know, Sunday 12:30, he could be the streak guy. Saw them play against Rangers recently. Everything went through Brium, so we'd expect him to be a great scorer. So the sub, I want it to be a forward or a defender. So do you know what? I'm going to put Hergota in there. I don't know why. Just feels right. Just feels right. Want to make these lineups as strong as possible. Finally burning through a bit of XP, guys, as well, which is really nice. Do you have a classic Glatzel? I have had a Glatzel before. I'm not sure if I still do. Now, for the last team, I want to use the best team that I can, no stack, that I'm not expecting to use anywhere else in streaks. So, for example, is the Graza goalkeeper a good player to have in there? Maybe. Who's got like the best matchup options here? Could use the VN keeper Sunday at 4, but loads of games there, isn't there? What's the reward for this stage? This is leaderboards, this one. Could use a classic goalkeeper. Could use the Magdeburg goalkeeper because I'm not likely to put him into the streaks. Heidenheim goalkeeper, that's in the streak. Let's put him in there. Trianafiliou. What a name that is. What did he do for that? He got a goal. Can't rely on that again. Do I have 2 Frederick Gilberts? Are they last season's cards, or have I actually just bought 2 of the same guy? Andres Andrade for... Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Andrade is a good one to put in there. Siedel's not a bad one. That Puckstas is decent as well for Hajduk, but I'll save him for streaks. St. Pauli keeper and pair him with Matheson. I might do that with I might do that with the streak. I might use St. Pauli in the streak. I can use Attic and Reese both in streaks. We've got Gustavo. I mean, he's scoring. They got a great game, Henan Gianye, haven't they? Gustavo as a classic could be good. I do like Gustavo, you know. I'm going to pop him in there. Then we're going to need an in-season player here. I might as well use that guy that I've got 2 of. What was it? Was his name? Was it that Gilbert guy? I do like Matheson. Did I use a St. Pauli goalkeeper somewhere else? No, I used a striker, didn't I, as a sub? I might look at St. Pauli as a stacking, an opportunity to move back up the streaks. St. Pauli and Hanover both time on Sunday. You could use either on this one. Both great matchups. Do I have the St. Pauli goalkeeper? Who's going to be their starter? Vol. So I do have him. Gilbert looks good. I think I had 2 of him, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Just 1. Yeah, Gilbert's got a decent matchup, though. And then we're going to need... So I've got 2 defenders, so I kind of want a striker as a sub. Omarovic against Rudez. Love a bit of that. And then the goalkeeper sub. I just want the Magdeburg goalkeeper. That just makes the most sense, doesn't it? Mag. Who's Magdeburg's backup goalkeeper? Is it Kamper or Kruth, or are they both sitting on the bench? You not feeling Lask for streaks? Much better than Austria Vienna, plus Vienna played midweeks. They're just at a time where it's difficult to know where they would be. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind them for the streaks. David, thank you very much for the 42 months, man. It's great to see you back streaming and talking real football. It really feels like this is such a great groove for you compared to the laboured FC content. I hope you continue this real world football content, but no matter, you got my sub. Thanks very much, man. I hope I continue it too. You think both are on the bench? Damn. So I'm actually just going to put a goalkeeper that I know is going to start. Then let's just pop him on. Let's captain him and let's confirm that lineup. It's 50-50 who is back up. Yeah, fair enough. I just won't risk that one then. I won't go over those. Let's level these bad boys up. Some interesting teams there, you know, some good stacks and stuff. Now, obviously, everything else that we've got left is now going to be eligible for the streaks in Contender. And we're starting with the so what have we got today? So you guys are saying Hertha Berlin are bad and the Bochum are going to be decent. And so maybe I should play a Bochum stack. I feel like with only 2 lives left, that's a big risk for the 420 points. What would it look like? Who are their better players? Miyoshi. I would not play Bochum or Hertha for 420. On paper, yes, but with 2 lives, there's a big risk. Yes, yeah. I think it's one of those risks that I don't want to take. I'm happy with this lineup. What I wanted to look at was what do we have afterwards. For matchups. So Heidenheim is a good matchup. We've got those covered off already in the 12 o'clock game. Then leading into tomorrow, we've got Nantes. Oh, it's Wolfsburg is going to be the other stack, isn't it? I'm literally going to have to wait until 7:30 tomorrow night to use that Wolfsburg stack. Do I not have the Wolfsburg goalkeeper? Who? Oh, no, I do. Yeah, he's there. So it'd be Wahl, Salza, Glatzel, and then maybe nothing to do with Wolfsburg. Oh, Fabian Rees. Is that 420 kind of... It kind of is, isn't it? And the great thing will be is if we make it through with this team, then we can take a bit of a risk with some of the kind of lineups throughout the daytime with 1 life. Change the mid maybe to a classic. I already have the classic here in Fabian Rees. You've got to check lineups then. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to just sit here and wait on this. Like once the lineups come in, I will pick the best players that are actually starting. So that is Contender done, and Contender is going to be the most difficult thing. We've also done the Belgian League in terms of the lineups, not the Belgian League, I beg your pardon. We've also done the Portuguese League in terms of the actual lineups. So everything we've got here is going to be for today, for the streaks, which is great. So then we need to go ahead and work on the next soonest expiration, which is Eredivisie. So for the Eredivisie, tonight we've got Cambuur against Excelsior. One of those will be my streak team. one of those will be a stackable team in here. I think I'm going to put Excelsior as the streak team and Camber as the stacked team. I know nothing about these teams. I am literally just pointing and shooting. Excelsior streak. Yeah, Excelsior is better. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, that's why they're going in the streak though, because it's more important to clear that first level of the streak than it is to get anything out of this. And then if we just do that, what classics have we got that we can pop in that would be good? I've got a couple of Perisic cards, 2 rares and 2 limiteds classic, and an in-season Perisic. So I could pop a Perisic in here. Sky Vink, I know that name. Sky Vink at striker probably. Is he like the better player, is he? He came from Ajax's transfer window. Okay. And then the goalkeeper sub. Camber. This is where I wish sometimes this thing was a bit more intuitive. So Canberra's backup goalkeeper is it unknown which one of those is the backup goalkeeper? How have the streaks been doing? We started last week. We're on SPFL was a pain, but Contender's been very good. The AI seems so ridiculous on FC27. I got an FC27 code, by the way, for grounds and clubs, which was pretty fun. I did play it for a little hour last night. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I think it was hard because I don't put Camber on leaderboard. Why not? They are perfect for Streak 1. Well, I'll be using Excelsior for the Streak 1, right? Unless you're suggesting to use Camber and Excelsior. They play tonight. Yeah, so do Excelsior, the team that they play against. So the plan is to use one team for the streak and one team for the... you're playing both, are you? What are the other games that overlap? So we've got Nijmegen against Telstar. They're pretty good for Streak 2, though, aren't they? Nijmegen against Telstar. There is only one game tonight. Yeah, I'm more like... So I'm building the leaderboards, though, right? For me to build the leaderboards... I kind of need to isolate what games and teams I'm looking at for streaks and then use the games and teams outside of it. I want to get NEC for Streak 2, PSV for Streak 3. And then also would use AZ Alkmaar for Streak 3 as well. Go Ahead Eagles against Willem 2. Maybe that'd be 2 teams that I should put in streaks. I like this. But yeah, the problem... I see what you're saying, though, because obviously if you miss that first streak, you miss a great opportunity this weekend because there's some really good matchups. Because then you've got Feyenoord Sunday morning, Ajax afterwards, although it will be very tight as to whether or not you can get the game in. Groningen against Utrecht. So Utrecht in leaderboards, I think, could be quite good. And then Heerenveen against Twente, which could be quite good for streaks and leaderboards. Go Ahead, bad for streaks. Yeah, go Ahead and Willem 2, bad for the streak. So maybe I do see what you're saying. I do actually like that. I probably would have got there in the end as well because I was like just looking at first game. So I think Go Ahead Eagles. Go Ahead Eagles. Go Ahead Eagles. Mullen. They've got a favourable matchup as well. This could be a banging for Streak 2, 3, 4. Just do Feyenoord, AZ, NEC, Ajax, and PSV. Oh, they've got 2 backup goalkeepers as well. Who's the actual backup goalkeeper? Why do they all have them at 2 and why are they all 10% each? Not sure I take Utrecht against Groningen. Marsman should be the backup. Thank you very much. Midfield. Samsted. Dean James. Kramer's a good scorer for them, isn't he? Isn't he one of the better players for them, Kramer? And then I do think I'm going to put a Perisic in again. Edvarson there. I want to put Perisic in here. Who's got the most XP for my Perisic? This one. Kramer is their number one centre-back. Yeah, I do recognise a few of these guys' names. And then as the sub... The sub doesn't have to be a go-ahead Eagles player, but it's going to be. And we're going to make it this Dean James guy. And we're going to captain Ivan Perisic, and he's going to rip 100, and we're going to win the world. Sorare is a good scorer for them too. I'm going to stick with that because I can still use some of these guys in streaks if you know if the fit is right. There is a player from Nijmegen that we've had over at our house for 2 days because he was playing in a big under-13 cup near us. So to see him break through now, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know if it's actually confirming the XP thing. I'm going to have to do that thing where I go through each lineup one at a time afterwards and have a look. So, Go Ahead Eagles goes in. Is it appropriate to put Willem in? So, Eindhoven against Fortuna Sittard. See, what I can do is I can build a team for the leaderboards. So, when I look at goalkeepers, for example, if I put Kovar... So do I want to run 2 PSV teams, right? If I put a goalkeeper in from a team that I'm not doing a streak from, so if I put like the Willem 2 goalkeeper in, right? Bear with me a sec. So Didilon goes in. And then for the sub, we put in Willem 3. So who's their backup goalkeeper? I'm sick to death of these Dutch teams having 3 pissing goalkeepers. See the arenas you have to pay a cents to enter. Last season it was anytime entry. Is this season? Is anytime entry again this season? Yeah. Don't run Kovar and leaderboards. It's very rare he has a clean sheet. This is true. This is true. But it's a new season. It's a new PSV. I feel like it's Deliu who is the backup goalkeeper. For no other reason than I feel like he's the backup goalkeeper. Now then, when we look at the rest of what we can do. From the lineups where we're going to be having a good time, right, those favourable matchups, I can only play so many players in the streaks. Run 2 PSV teams, yeah, it's not a bad idea. But because I've got a classic Maro Jr., I can put in-season Maro Jr. in here. And then, like Twente, for example, Twente don't have like the best matchup, do they? What else have I got like really good opportunities for? I don't want to use another PSV player, but I don't mind using a Nijmegen player. I've got a classic Cherry, so I can use in-season Cherry. I've got a classic Glock, although he's not definitely going to start. 20 have an all right matchup. I've seen a few players gone from midfielders to forwards in Belgium. Is this a good thing for scoring or a bad thing? I'm not sure, to be honest. Mate, this guy's got mad scoring history. My name is Jeff. What about Nejazmic? Let me have a look at NEC and see what players I've got. So we've got plenty of players to play the streaks. But Nejazmic is exactly the sort of player that you want to play in for the streaks, don't you? So how about we put a classic midfielder in? I mean, I've got a classic rare cherry, a classic limited cherry. Cherry. Let's go for the power grade real quick here. Why has it got E? Oh, I was going to say, like, why has it got E-rated players? So I've got Perisic. Jeff is really good. NEC is bad for leaderboards because there's loads of rotation risk with Europe. What about, like... I don't really have a classic midfielder other than Perisic that suits the role here. I don't mind using that Perisic there, though. Let's go back to in-season cards. I've got plenty of other classic Perisic's and an in-season Perisic, so we're Gucci there. Now, for the forward, Haj Musa could be a fun one. And then Ueda for the streak, or whoever the actual starting striker is. Bischoff was class for NEC. I have a classic Bischoff, but I don't have an in-season one yet. He was just a bit too expensive. What about this Twente striker there? Because they're not going to be great for the streak anyway. And then what about a Bart Van Rouge as well? That's a pretty fun lineup, I can't lie. And it's not taking away from streaks. Because I've got in-season Perisic, classic Junior. I wouldn't be focusing Twente anyway. So maybe a Van Rouge in there as well. And then the sub. So we've got double defender. So I need a midfielder or forward sub. Mijnan should be on sets for PSV now. Veerman is suspended. Yeah, he'll be for streaks though. So I want a forward. I don't mind Haj Musa. Or do I want to actually go for a Twente forward to replace in case this guy doesn't start? Who's their expected starter? Weghorst. Damn, I feel like Weghorst would be good for streaks. Van Overeem or Trenskow. Is that would that be the ones, would it? Oh, from Heerenveen. Yeah, it could be fun to have, because it's not like the goalkeeper is impacted. Weghorst on a little run. Yeah, so he could be good for streaks, right? Silly question. There is no deadline on Pro Hot Streaks, right? Correct, yes. Anytime entry. Yeah, let's put Trenskow in there. And I'm going to captain, because I've already got Perisic as a captain in one lineup. I'm going to captain Mauro Jr. in this one. We're going to level these bad boys up. That I think that is a really fun team. I think that's the sort of team that has a genuine chance of like smashing in the leaderboards. Now, we've got Utrecht in general. So the way lineups work, Canberra against Excelsior, I'm expecting to use those guys in streaks. Nijmegen in streaks, Telstar, no point putting them in leaderboards. Willem 2 and Go Ahead Eagles. I put Go Ahead Eagles in, so maybe a Willem 2 stack in here as well. Now, I just used the goalkeeper though, didn't I? I did. So can't do that. Eindhoven at home to Sittard, no point using them. AZ Alkmaar against Ado Den Haag, that streaks related. Sparta Rotterdam against Feyenoord, no point using Sparta. Zwolle against Ajax, no point using Zwolle. Groningen against Utrecht. And Twente against Heerenveen. I feel like Twente is probably the team that I'd put in leaderboards, but they could be good for a final streak, especially if I failed at some level. Groningen, Utrecht could also be for a streak. Yeah, if I failed like Ajax or whatever, Utrecht could be good for the streak. So I think I might use Willem 2 with a classic goalkeeper. What have I got? I've got Barkas, and Barkas. I've got 3 Barkas cards. So we'll use a Barkas in here. And then we'll go for Willem. Willem 2. I put the weaker teams in the league board, so if there is an upset, yeah, exactly. That's kind of like my priority here as well. Groningen and Utrecht is a battle of chaos. Both had shocking preseason. Utrecht players hate the new manager. Oh, is that right? Yeah, so even though Willem are not expected to do much here, it is one of those ones where it's Hoogma, what a name, where it's like, yeah, if the upset is there, we've got it. We're good. And if the upset isn't there, no one cares. The lineup's dead anyway. Even if it picks up like any reward, we're Gucci, baby. We'll put the Willem 2 backup goalkeeper. He's the backup goalkeeper though, isn't he? NEC Telstar could be good with mixed lineups for streaks. NEC lost a bunch of key players plus Europe. Telstar signed a few good players. Wouldn't be surprised if it's an upset on the cards. That sounds like a fun idea for the last lineup for sure. So we've got 2 Willem strikers. So I need a midfielder or defender. Let's pop him in. And we're gonna Hoogma. I like his name too much. We're just gonna pop him in there. Sergio Roberto to LA Galaxy. Jesus Christ. That was this one. You know, depending on how many entrants there are and stuff, these lineups might just end up picking up 100 essence each anyway, which isn't like insane or anything, but it's also not bad. So what was the matchup we were looking at? Hoogma should be in their starting defender lineup. NEC against Telstar. How early is that? So that's the second. That's the second. That's the second game. I don't mind using some outfielders. I wouldn't want to use, unless I've got goalkeepers, classic goalkeepers, I wouldn't want to use them. So I haven't got a classic goalkeeper for Nijmegen. And I haven't got a classic goalkeeper for Telstar. So I would want to use a classic goalkeeper and then use some of the outfielders. NEC Mario Taylor. That's okay. Like I say, like the leaderboards are more of a bonus reward than anything. So I think I could certainly, let's have a look at Twente. How many goalkeepers have I got for Twente? So we've got Uninstall in season and Uninstall Classic. And Twente are playing the very end. Yeah, I don't mind using a Classic Uninstall in there then. And so then it's Nijmegen and Telstar. So if we do a couple of Telstar players and a couple of Nijmegen players, I like the idea of that guy that I saw before. What was his name? Jeff. We'll put Jeff in. And then we'll put in... Isn't Piersman? Where did Piersman used to play for before here? Because I have a card of him that I use from time to time for Groningen. He played for. Okay, I'm going to put Piersman in as well. I just like him because I've had him. And then we'll use some NEC Donny boys. Now I don't mind using Cherry because I've got a classic of him. Oh no, Bischoff's down as a classic now. That's too bad. And then for the striker, Grove. Are you serious? What, Z-Freak? Would Tadic not start then? Tadic too old to start 2 games in a row? Emre Moore. Wow, what a throwback. Would Bruno start in-season opener over Rice due to rest needed for Rice? Possibly. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. We'll put Linson in. I think I'm going to go for an NEC. No, just an attacking sub. It doesn't have to be a Nijmegen sub. I've got to stop. Just makes more sense that it is an NEC sub. Because then it's like if he doesn't play, we'll pop Emre Moore in. That's calm. And then the Twente backup goalkeeper is Drommel, but I don't have. I need an in-season backup goalkeeper, which I don't want to waste. So on this one, no sub, and we're going to captain Jeff. Would you say Saka would play game 1 as he hardly played at the World Cup? Saka's an interesting one because obviously, yeah, he didn't play a whole bunch at the World Cup, but he did play for some reason the entire game against France. And then the other thing to consider, obviously, with Saka is that he was injured a lot last season, so he didn't get, like, overplayed, so to speak. Are we sure Unastall is starting over Drommel? I mean, is it 80%? What's up, Thomas? How you doing, man? I could say against Coventry, I could honestly see our front three being Zolis, Gyökeres, and Dauman. I could see that as a front three. I could see the midfield three as Zubamendi, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and Bruno Guimaraes. Will Zolis and Martinelli rotate? They probably will rotate, but if Zolis carries on his like pre-season form, I think he's got great opportunity to immediately establish himself as a starter. Right. Eredivisie done. Okay, and then the rest of it is for streaks. Starting with Camber against Excelsior tonight. Excelsior. What's the next one that is expiring the soonest? The Pro League. Where are we for the Pro League? So tonight, this is where we go and put Bruges in here, right? This is where we do that. Because I am not using Bruges with such a matchup as the first streak. I will put one Bruges lineup in leaderboards, and then I'll use the other players in streaks. So Jan Sommer goes in Jan Som there. Who's their backup goalkeeper? I'm going to say it's Jackers, right? Because he actually played last season. In defence, now I've got multiple Brandon Michelle's here. I don't know if I actually got his. Oh, I want Club Bruges. I want to stop getting these Cercle Bruges players. Do I have Michele in season? Why is it still showing me Cercle Bruges? Let me just put in Club then. That's better. Damn, do I not have in season? I've got 3 Brandon Michelle's in either way. So I'll use him. Michele. We got Hans Vanakan, and I've got a classic as well, which is great. Forbes, and I've got a classic of him as well. It's got to be Forbes and Tresoldi, hasn't it? Is Tresoldi staying now? Was there an in-season one for Michele, was there? Oh, yeah, there is. Mate, Mars, there were so many, man. Mars were playing. You planning on doing an exchange grind vid? Hell no, dude. The exchange grind is terrible. EA have killed the game, man. Yeah, is Tresoldi expected to play and to start? Is there streets for Europa and Champions League? I think there will be, yeah. Bruges don't want to sell him at any cost. Oh, that's interesting. So it would have to be like some outrageous... why is he not showing up? It's not Tresoldi, is it? There'd have to be some like outrageous offer, would there? And then Forbes there. Now the question is, do I want to use classic Michele when I've got in-season Michele? And the answer is, I think yes, because then I can use the in-season one in the other lineups. I don't think it'd be ready for this weekend, NepentheZ. So how would it work if I bought Sunderland players? Well, they don't play in the Champions League. Or, if they got Europa League. Yeah, you just put them, like the board. I don't know how it worked. Like, it depends on what they do, but a new competition will open up where you can use them. And then, and now, the end is near, and so I faced the final curtain. Who do I want as a sub? Do I want a Bruges player, as in like Brugger me, or do I want like, what have we got? We've got double forward, so I need a midfielder or a defender. Yeah, I'm just going to put like a rando Mambro in there, Bosch, like that. And we're going to captain Forbes, Vanaken, or Tresoldi. I'm going to captain Tresoldi. So Brighton could be classed to having conference. Yeah, if they offer us an anytime entry kind of tournament, yeah. If they don't offer anytime entry, it could get a little bit tricky because, you know, there's just no guarantees that you get the players correct, the starters correct. Okay, we're good there. Right, so that's the first lineup here. Then Standard Liège against Club Bruges, Cercle Bruges, sorry. So we're expecting first streak to be done. Standard Liège against Cercle Bruges, you'd expect Standard Liège to maybe carry you through that second streak. And then if not them, Union Saint-Gilloise, definitely. Then Saint Trudense against Lommel is definitely a setup that I don't think I will be using in streaks. Even though Lommel are just promoted. What's up, Dion? How you doing, man? All right, just give me 2 secs, guys. I'm going to go and grab a drink. Right, so. Morning, Nep. Been playing the FC27 beta, and for the most part, the finesse is cheese, gone from outside the box. Keeper is stopping it every time. That's pretty cool, though, isn't it, if they've managed to actually nerf that? I was watching somebody earlier today. They bought a West Ham, Wolves, and Burnley collection. Do you think it's a good idea? It could pay off, for sure. They're three of the best teams in the Championship, aren't they? Yeah, I think St. Trudense is going to be... No. Is going to be the team... Oh, so if Bruges go through first, then the next streak is going to be Saint-Gilloise and Saint-Truden's for streak level 2. So do I save... Do I trust that I can get through level 2 with Saint-Gilloise? And I'd be able to have 2 lineups in there as well. Or do I think that I might need Saint-Truden's and Saint-Gilloise? Because I think Saint-Truden's as a leaderboard could be good here. Lommel are newly promoted and generally poised to absolutely suck. Yeah, so I think leaderboards there could be good for it. Yeah, we will do this. So we've got this Donny boy. Merlin, Sissoko, or Ishiwatara. I don't know much about these players, of course, so I'm just picking at random. We'll go for that double. Oh, so do I now go with... No, I'm actually gonna... I'm not gonna constantly use a classic for the sake of it. I want that forward again. You already did Eredivisie? I'm doing it right now, yeah. Merlin, best option. This guy for a mid. If you build streak 2 lineup for 2 games that are back-to-back and the first one hits a streak, does the other one automatically go into streak 2? No, you do get the cards back, but you would have to replace them. Like, you'd have to put them back in again. And then we need the goalkeeper. And then a sub. We've got 2 forwards, so a midfield sub. We're going to go, or a defender sub. We're going to go for Sol. Sol, my gosh. Like that. I like that. Do you play all leagues? I do indeed. I do indeed. This is this is the first weekend where it's like I don't want to say it's difficult, but it's definitely like mentally engaging, let's say. So let's plan out what we expect. Bruges take us through the first streak. Standard Liège against Cercle Bruges takes us through the second streak. If not, then Saint-Gilloise will take us through that second streak. If not, the third streak. Saint-Truden's in the leaderboards. Then Mechelen against Ghent. Is that a team I would risk for the third or fourth streak? I think no. Genk against Waregem, I would. Leuven against Charleroi is a good matchup to put in the leaderboards. At this rate, Sorare will feel like a job. Hell yeah, dude. I'm about that life. And then Antwerp against the newly promoted Beveren. That's a good one to keep and not put in the leaderboards, because if I've butchered somewhere in the streaks, that's a nice one to have. I think Charleroi against Leuven, picking one of these for a leaderboard and one for the streak could be fun. So let's go for Charleroi. You see Sorare pop-up notey about Res. They have fucked up Rare. Wait, what? What was their pop-up notification about Res? I didn't. Who's the goalkeeper here? I'm going to guess this guy because he's 20% for some reason. I personally think and thought and spoke on the fact. Just information about the bonuses. They explained how Res work again on the pop-up. Oh, and yeah, and do you know why they're doing that? Because Rares aren't selling for much at all. And do you know why Rares aren't selling for much at all? Because what reason would you have now that streaks are like, you know, okay, I know you get a bonus if you use the rares, but it's just not worth it because you don't get the bonus XP. You don't get you haven't got like the collection scores built up and stuff like that. Like, I do genuinely think, oh, Guiagon's a forward this year. That's interesting. Yeah, like I literally called it a month or so ago that I think rares will be dying. Yeah, yeah, people would rather have more limiteds to climb than buy the odd rare for bonus. 100%. I think limited is so much better than all of the others. Yeah, limited is the best place right now. And I also, I somewhat think that is also by design because for so rare, the most people that play this game will play limited. So if they make that the most attractive thing to play, it could just go off for them, right? A bit of Charleroi. Patrick Fluke. And Fluke is a midfielder for some odd reason. His scores might plummet. Well, his scores look like they've been bad for a while. I'm going to put Kirchhoff in there. We're going to captain Guiagon. There's our next one. And also, if they can match up rare prices to an inflated limited price, eventually it will work out better. Yeah. I've also gone Van der Kerkhoff as a 5th. I don't mind having a differential. We're okay with that. Right. Then the last lineup that I want to put in here is Anderlecht against La Louvrière. I want to save for streaks. I think Genk I want to save for streaks. Ghent, however, I think could be quite fun to have in here. Do I want Ghent in here? Just gone Dominic Schmid from Salzburg in the Essence Crafting. Is it good? I'm not sure if he's good or not, to be honest. You'd have to just click on his name and see what he's selling for. What are we thinking, guys? My options are we do another lineup where we just take 5 players from different big teams and just take 1 player out of each streak opportunity. Is the only option for classic era lineups cap 260. Yeah, or all-star. If on a high streak, I wouldn't want Ghent. Yeah, I do agree with you, actually. I'm looking at the... If I was on a mid-streak, which I don't think I would be, I wouldn't mind them. Why have they got a billion backup goalkeepers? Who is their backup goalkeeper? Oh, no, I've got 2 Tom Vandenbergs. Why have I got 2 Tom Mate, the day he starts, I'm in the money. Should be Tom. Piersman is backup. Is it Piersman or is it not Piersman? I'm not going to disappearsman. So we've got Van der Heyden. Christian Burgess. Wasn't he a... Yeah, St. Gilloise. Why has he changed? He can most certainly go in there. Okay, this is interesting because they don't have any midfielders that are like highly expected to start. Van Berg is dressing room mascot. Damn, dude, that's savage. And I've got 2 of him. Brilliant. So we've got Bygore. I'm going to use a classic midfielder, I think. And then put a midfield sub in. Van der Heyden. And our classic will be Guiagon. Don't mind that at all. I like him, and I got good XP on him. And then we'll get a midfielder. There we go. We'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we're going to captain Burgess. What a weird move that was for him. Maybe it's because he's old now. Striker is Gore likely. Yeah, perfect. Do you get scarcity bonus scoring in streaks with res? No, you get a reward bonus with streaks with rares. So a classic rare will give you 5% bonus on your reward. If you captain him, that will move up to 10% instead. The way they writ it, it sounded like you was getting a further 10% bonus, but you don't. It just caps out at 10%. An in-season rare will give you 15% bonus, but the captain will give you a further 25% bonus. Sorare put Benfica centre back as a mid. Do they ever fix that, or only for next season? Yeah. I wouldn't be like, they could change it, yeah, and it'd be one of those fun things. Then if you've got like a bit of an anomaly player, right? So that's that done. The next one to expire, we've got all of those done. SPFL, we don't even have to do until tomorrow. That's banging. And that's because there's no games tonight, isn't it? MLS, I'm not doing. J-League, I don't have any cards for. Contender have done. K-League, I don't have any cards for. Wait, am I done? Is it just SPFL for tomorrow? I wish you could hide competitions that you don't want to play. Like, I'm not going to play J-League. I wish I could just, like, swipe it off and get rid of it. Have you done Classic? I don't have many Classic lineups that I'm putting in, so yeah. All we're doing for Classic is one rare. Where are we? No under 23 lineups. One rare all-star lineup. One limited all-star lineup, and one limited under. Oh no, I didn't even do limited under 23 in the end. And the rest of it's going to go into cap modes. Capped arena's done. I do those for any time entry. I won't be doing them beforehand. I'm happy to just get into those as they come. Yeah, thanks, James Powell. My new favourite position changes is Maxi Araujo from Sporting, was a forward last year, then a mid for World Cup cards, now a defender in Sorare 27. That's quite fun. So, if our lineup building is done, that was easy, by the way. That was easy. Now it's just about waiting for the streaks. If our lineup building is done... See, I can start claiming all of this XP again now. I don't actually need to or want to, though, do I? Because... Have I got all of the... Collect star and icon? Oh, I have. Oh, guys. Collect star and icon players. 29. I need 29 cards, and I've got 33. I am tempted to claim this, because if I can get a Jared Bowen, I haven't bought one yet. But if those are against, if they do go for wrong leagues, and the Prem's there, maybe I could get like a big Prem player. Can you show your League of Portugal lineups? I sure can, because I know how to navigate the site very well. Those are my League of Portugal lineups. I think they have fixed it so they're league specific now. Could claim to a 4-star to check. Yeah, I kind of do want to, yeah. What was I doing it for? Championship, wasn't it? What am I going to be putting in? So we've got world and that. So if I craft, I'm going to need to get rid of just a nationality to not waste anything. Let's do that then. I'm just going to reveal nationality. What are we going to take, guys? We're going to take a Portuguese player. Boom. Damn it. I'm glad I didn't waste any more clues. I would have probably been better off actually wasting the clues. You also get highest rank. Was it highest rank? I thought it was keep best 5 on that one, actually. Yeah, it's keep best 5 because there's only 5 of them. I hate the fact that I have to go out, go in, go out, go in. Could they make the emblems any smaller? I know it's mad. I have this is one of those things where I'm a bit cynical, and I think they've done that on purpose, so you kind of just waste them, and you're not like being smart, like, you know, trying to not waste them effectively. All right, we will find out, guys. Should relax with a craft. We did. We gave a craft. Right, 7,000 essence. Create an API lineup scrape to see if we can actually find the streak lineups that way. Mental that it's not using the same calls. Yes, it's weird. It's weird. Right. Let's have a look then. If this is a championship player, then I can only assume that errors, no available players to pick. Interesting. Which means it is a championship player because they're not in the prize pool yet. And that's what happened. I'm going to need to do this now on a different, on a league that's actually in the prize pool. SPFL. I don't know how much SPFL I finished, to be fair. I forgot all of these done. Yeah, I've got all of this done. I'm still missing Casper Her as well. If you could pick one team to buy a full collection outside of the top 5 leagues, who would it be? PSV. Do we do it for this one as well then? Good chance to get him? Yeah, probably. I would say so. Okay, so that again would be, what do we got? 10 trophy, 10 world, 5 best of, right? I want to see what that essence was as well. It's just all-star. It's all all-star. 25%, there's only 4 icons. Yeah, that's quite banging, actually. So I want to use... Oh, do I actually want to waste a best 5? We're going to get that. We're going to get that. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Highest rank's 3 stars. Wait for the proper pick or not. This is the proper pick. We're getting Austrian Bundesliga. It's going to be Vitor. It's not definitely going to be him, but it's 1 of 3 chance of being him. It's Danilo Suarez for about the 90 millionth time that he's been in this. Who was it then? Oh, he actually was the 3-star guy. I just don't think he's worth very much anymore. I think his price is down to like £2 or something. Right, now we can claim in here. I want star and icon players. Yeah, because if this gives me SPFL players, like exclusively, that would be banging. I will personally really like that. It is tempting to take the rare essence, but I don't need it, and I don't want it. A big part of what we're doing here, it's good to know that the essence is all-star. I quite like the essence being all-star more than SPFL, because now I've got a chance of getting Premier League players and stuff, right? Wait. Collect star/icon players, boosted missions until game week 1. Where have they talked about boosted missions? Do you know what the letters near to the cards mean? ACF? No. I've seen it there sometimes and sometimes not there. Right, so let's claim this card then. So I've got Romans. That's banging, by the way. I don't think I have him. And it is a league-specific player. That is banging. I genuinely don't know if I had him or not. Then we get Kieran Tierney. Listen, I'm about this life. And yet I got none league specific. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's all been league specific. And now for the star. Oh, you cheeky bastards. I'm going to have to buy Casper Hill to get the star. Because he's the only one that's missing, isn't he? Well, I know he's the only one that's missing. I'm only missing about 5 players. They upgraded the tiers. You might not need Ho. There's 16. Who's the other player then I don't have? So you're missing 2. Let's have a look. Oh, do you know who it is? It's Paolo Bernardo, the other one. Not Paolo Bernardo. Engels. Because I refused to buy him due to the thought of him going. Is he not being... Wait, he's only been auctioned once in 2 days. That's mad. He's cheaper than who? Yeah, he is, yeah. It's just like, do I wait for an auction because he just went for £18, or do I just buy him for £23 with the market discount just to get it done? And then hope that Who is the player that I get. Isn't Maeda also one of the... players? Can't get Maeda. But I can get... Oh, yeah, I can't get him as a first own now, yeah. So it's going to have to be Engels or Casper Hill. I'm just going to hit this. I'm just going to hit this with the fitness. And I tell you what, Sorare. Just give me Casper Hill, man. Just give me the guy. Just give me the guy. Wait, and... What the fuck? What do you mean, and? Is there a market opportunity out right now? Oh, will ticket. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I got all well excited. I thought it's 3 o'clock on the dot. I thought, imagine if there's a little promo there or something, man. There isn't. There isn't. I got wheel spin. All right. Let's hit it. Just be Casper Ho. It's Pandur. I don't mind that. I would have preferred, obviously, Ho. But I don't mind that. Now, for the rest of the things, collect reserve players. I have everybody. How can I not have the cards? Collect full collections. I've got 8 full collections, and I need 12 to get another star. Collect cards from big clubs. I've got 88, and I need 85, but there's no icon there. And then collect cards in general. There's no icon there. Do you sell the dupes now? It's interesting, isn't it? I suppose it depends on what their prices are doing and whether or not I should be holding them until tomorrow. Exchange rate is expired. I don't care. Sell the damn card. Yeah. So yeah. I will be selling them. I had no intention on keeping them. That's for sure. But the question is do I wait for them to hit a lineup? You know, do I wait for Tierney and Pandur to start and then pop them on? You'll end up never selling. I've been actually really, really good at putting players on the market. And I've also been really quite good at accepting offers. So the fact that they're both cancelled makes me feel like Kratzig has been purchased outright. Let's have a look. So I sold that to Tavares. Yeah, so Kratzig sold. And then another Kratzig sold. I guess I had 2 of him. Filivovic sold. That's nice. Hoddle sold a couple of hours ago. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I've sold like a decent chunk. But yeah, I think so. We crafted this Danilo Suarez. He's got to go, and he's going right now for about. See, he's another one. It's like if he starts, does he go up to 4 or 5 or 6 quid? I just don't know that he does. Why have all the auctions stopped at the Eredivisie? I think Sorare are doing this thing where they're not auctioning players during the weekend for the leagues that are playing. I think you're fine with waiting into the weekend. £1,000 Prem Rare Team for leaderboards or £1,000 on Premier Limited for streaks. I would go for £1,000 on Premier Limited for streaks. You are welcome. He goes up to £5 maybe. Oh, I offered for this Gustavo Sarr and he accepted for £1. That's nice because that's working towards completing some, same as him, just getting the full teams completed. What are you laughing at, Josh? So we got Romans. I don't know if this is the first Romans I had. Oh no, I have 2 now. Okay, good. What's Romans selling for? Oh Jesus, only about 20 quid. So here I definitely wait until they get lined up and then I list him. We get a Kieran Tierney now. I think he could be, because of his 100, in a healthy spot. Like if Bukayo Saka is £100 right now, is Kieran Tierney really ever going to get much more than about a £40 sale? Who did I get as a star? Pandur. Yeah, I think trying to get rid of Kieran Tierney right now is probably a smart play. I've got so many like classics of him as well. So there's there's none on the market now. Or there's none being auctioned, should I say. So rare at £60 is the cheapest you can get him for at the moment. I want to be smart to try and actually entice a sale, but £50, you know, with no auctions for these cards now. Thing is, most people are dumb and would rather buy the insta buys over the weekend because of the collection bonus. Value wise, Pandora was the second best card. That's really good then, isn't it? 49.99, much more appealing. Right, so we've got Engels. Finally, he obviously stays. We don't do anything with him. Jonas Federson. Yep. Goodbye. I picked up the last hero on auction for the weekend. Very lucky. Yeah, that is to be fair. I forgot that the auctions kind of expire. This guy's been trying to get some of my players loads today, and I don't know why. I don't want your trash, man. Sorry. That was diabolical. Asking what I'm cackling at. You should have just told her that she was welcome. Little laugh for the both of you then. And there is Ivan Pandur. And now if there's none of him on the market and his last sale was 50 quid, a little niddy fiddy, he went for 35. Look at that. He went for 35 on auction and then boom, insta buy, £50. Let's have a look at what his actual price is on the market right now. Oh, there is one on auction that's at £25 and then this guy's got him up at 39. I can't list him yet, but I'll probably put him up at like... See, I wonder if Pandur's the sort of player that I wait until he's in the lineup again. Has the championship auction stopped? I would have thought so, yeah. I would have thought so. Let me be right back.
I think the fact that she's laid the seed, she might do, but probably in a few hours.
Okay. Will here until August 28th. Huge. So everything but the Bundesliga will be there. That's really big. Yeah. So that means next Tuesday is not when I'm going to start crafting then. What was I going to list Pandora up for? It was like 30.29 or something, was it? 38. Let's push them up 37. Will be a madness. Mate, I'll have so much essence for that. So many clues, so many wheel spins to go. Oh, it's going to be great. Where did that info come from? I don't know. I send nothing. He sends all of these players. Man, whilst I appreciate the offer, brother, I'm not here to take other people's cards. You can give them away to people that could do with them. What are we up to for spins? 40.73. What's the essence saying? Yeah, see, we're mostly capped out there. As for the transactions, we sold a couple of cards. So it is either time to begin the Premier League collections or continue La Liga collections. What do we think is the cheapest / best no Prem auctions right now? Oh, is that right? So La Liga. Why would there be no Prem auctions? There is Prem, I can see them. They are not being relisted. So that means I can't buy these ones. Damn, man, why not? Souls are. Mate, Croupy for £27. Look, see, this guy, he hasn't even got a... Oh, now he has. He didn't even have like a bid on him. You can overlap chap, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. There is no reason for Prem to stop. Yeah, there is no reason for Prem to stop. Like, absolutely true. It's really disappointing if it has. Unless they're just going into a world where they're stopping all auctions on weekends, which would be fascinating for the secondary market. Do you have an app showing you what you own and what you don't? Or is it there when you go to auction? I just know that I don't have any players from the Premier League at the moment. And so I can bid on all of them like this and not get a duplicate for sure. But otherwise, no, I don't know how to know without just going and manually checking to see what I do and don't have. They're trying to drive people to instant buy. Yeah, and maybe that works. I doubt Ducouré is going to go for a min bid. Rafael Borges Rodriguez. So that is the last auctions for the Prem. That's interesting. No word about collections in pitch notes. Is arguing. Wait, there's pitch notes? Ah, Sorare 27 pitch notes. Okay, let's read. We've got a fresh batch of updates this week, a new events hub, more visibility into crafting, which has been good, and an update on the wheel when the launch wheel comes to an end. Introducing the events hub. Oh, we've seen that in the top left. Okay. New Events Hub is now live. Access, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's pointless. Know before you craft available competitions. It's a good update. We don't really need to look into it much. And the wheel is coming to an end Friday, August 28th, right as every league will have kicked off its season. Which is great, because other than Bundesliga, yeah, the wheel's going to be good for everything else, which is absolutely superb. You must have nearly completed Betis and Bilbao the other day after you outbid me on literally every player I had bids for. I didn't realise that the bidding system meant that if you put a bid on, you owned it. Didn't realise that's how it worked. Yeah, the Events Hub, though, is a bit disappointing because all it does is, look, it's like English league players are here. It's like, cool. It's less of an Events Hub and more of a go to the market and buy some stuff. Also, for SPFL streaks, yeah, it's a bit of a boring weekend, isn't it? If I lick the card, it's yours, yeah. Right, let's have a look then at my La Liga collections and see where we go. See, if it's pretty much only La Liga that is available right now, surely their prices are just going to start creeping. I'm not going to say they're going to absolutely bang necessarily, but they're surely going to start creeping because people with boredom will just go and bid on them, won't they? Some EFL prices have tanked. So we've got Matt Ryan. That's his 9 of. How is there no yeah, the interesting thing is, do I want to be doing this on stream?
And it's so extra.
I'm streaming.
So, sat on the steps, can't stand there. I'm like, balls, they've been out today. Mine have done nothing today. And
Thanks.
when she replied, she was like, I'm on my way to Haskins if you want to come for a drink. No, I'm running out of hours.
No, this is fine, thanks. No, never mind. Can you dibs some La Liga players? I don't think that's how it works, mate. Oh, there's no Mbappe's on auction. They've stopped the La Liga auctions as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm not buying any players in. I'm not sure how I feel about that. If every weekend, if at Friday at 3 p.m. they don't start listing any more players again until the weekend's over, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I paid nearly £300 for the Portsmouth collection, as I got 25 of the 35 number ones. I think the full collection now is about £80 to £90. The rare collection I also bought was only £25 more than what I paid for a limited one. Yeah, that's mad. Prices are always the lowest on the weekend, so I'm guessing they will stick to flash sales. I just think it's a poor message to send to your audience, man. Blurky, thanks for the Prime, brother, and Fabe, thank you very much for the 47 months. Sorry, I missed that an hour ago. Yeah, I just think it's a really poor message to send to your audience of, hey, if we can't extract maximum value out of you, we're not going to give you the opportunity at all to buy any cards unless you go to the instant buy market where we put inflated prices for you. Last week was the same. I understand it I understand it to a degree for the teams that are playing, right? So for all of the leagues that are kicking off today, I get it somewhat for those ones, because with any time entry and stuff, it's a good opportunity for them to kind of like have people moving in and out of cards. And actually, for people that have got cards that they want to sell, they might be able to sell them for more than they would have previously sold them for, because there's no auctions. But for the Premier League and La Liga, there's no reason whatsoever. And for the Championship, no reason whatsoever. I wonder if it's to do with not exhausting the card so quick. Essentially 30% less auctions a week. It benefits users as well, as you can sell cards easier. Yeah, like I say, for in-game, for teams that are having games right now, I agree. But for teams that don't have games right now, I'm not sure I agree. How can I only have 100 reserve players from the Scottish Premier League, but I need 130, and I've got pretty much every single player from the SPFL? Like, how can I get more reserve players? What's up, Mahmood? How you doing, man? I overpaid ludicrous amounts to be number one on Arsenal collection leaderboards. I've been top 10 the past 3 years. Hopefully I stay number one this year. You have to get those specials as well. That's quite annoying. How far did we get then here with these collections? So collect players from the Austrian Bundesliga I've done. Don't care about those 3 stars right now. How many have I got here? It's got me past the list of that there, but it says I've only got 10 here. I can't complete Salzburg and I can't complete Lask because the players just don't exist at all. From the collection missions, the cards you get at the end, have they been new 27 cards or 26? They've been from the league that I've collected from, yeah. Exclamation mark Sorare YT, Kervin. It'll take you to the YouTube channel where there's loads of content for you there. Yeah, when does a preset lineup then come in? So what have we got to play for streaks this weekend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 streaks to play for. I will, Josh. Just give me 5 minutes because I'm going to probably end stream now because we don't have a first game. Contenders not till 6:30. That's 2 hours before lineups come out, and I'm not playing Contender until. Did I put Bosham in from today? No, I'm not playing Contender until tomorrow anyway. SPFL, I'm not playing until tomorrow either because there's no game kicking off. Pro League, I suppose we get lineups in 45 minutes. I was going to sit here and like bid on players and buy players, but it's almost like there's no point now. Oh no, wait, that was even for the Pro League. It's not till 7:45. That's Saturday's games. Eredivisie, we don't have a lineup until 6 p.m. League of Portugal, there's nothing until 8:15. With them closing down auctions and stuff, there's literally nothing for me to kind of do, really. Going to complete full second English division collection this year, I think. For you, Ben, that's pretty fun. I've nearly done it. Pitch note says very soon. So yeah, with that, guys, thanks for chilling and watching. I will be back. We've got 8:15. I'll do the 6 p.m. content at my draft, and then I'll try and get back to stream for about 7. That way we'll cover off then the Estoril against Famalicão, Canberra against Excelsior, Bruges against Kortrijk, and then play some arena games with these ones. But yeah, for now, thanks very much for watching, chilling, and all that good stuff.